Good morning, everyone, and welcome to China. Welcome to Apsen. My name is Ruben Rengel. I'm Vice President for the International Market. To have all of you here today is a real honor for us. In this room, we have an amazing representation of the top companies in our industry. We have senior executives coming from US, we have senior executives coming from Europe, but also Latin America, Australia, Africa, and some parts of Asia as well. Many of you arrived here after a really long journey, long flights. So the very first thing I would like to say today is a big, big thanks on behalf of all Apsen team members for making the time to be here today with us in Apsen Spring Event 2026. That's why I would like all Apsen team members, please offer a big and strong and warm applause to all our partners to be here today, please. Honestly, it's really wonderful to welcome such number of partners and clients. I think it's the first time we achieve more than 100 in just one event. The reason is many of you having communication with the people here in China every day, but mainly by email, maybe some online meeting. So having the opportunity to meeting you here face-to-face, spending time together, sharing ideas in person, is something that we really value. Just yesterday, I was talking with one salesperson here in China, and she told me, Ruben, after many months doing business with my clients, tomorrow will be the very first time I will meet them face-to-face. And she was so excited. She was so happy. I think she even was more excited than the first time she closed the very first order. But I think that exactly reflects how we all feel today. I think events like that remind us that behind the projects, behind the orders, all is about people. All is about relationships. And at Apsen, those relationships are clearly our biggest asset. So we hope you enjoy all the things that we prepare for you today. And to be sure we get the best of our time together, I would like to remind two important goals. First, of course, is about knowledge. You will get a deeper understanding of Apsen, about the strategy, about products, about technology, about the team. So when you come back home, you will be able to talk to your clients much more confident about Apsen. But there is a second goal that is also very important, which is the networking. The connection opportunities we have here today. First, with Apsen team members. We have people here from different departments, different countries. It's an amazing opportunity to connect with them and to know a little bit more about Apsen. But probably even more important is the networking opportunities between all of you. Because our partners here from different countries, at the end, all of you doing the same or similar business. All of us were in the same industry. So the possibilities you have to connect here during the coffee breaks, during the lunch time, during the dinner time, is really amazing. So I really invite you to connect with each other. I'm sure we can have really, really meaningful conversations. And those conversations many times lead to new ideas, to new partnerships, and many times to new business opportunities. So let's try to get the best of this day. So to start the day, the presentations in the morning, we thought that the best way we could start was sharing with you Apsen strategy. And that's what I will walk you through over the next 20, 25 minutes. It's challenging to explain a strategy in such short term, but after tough negotiation with marketing, they didn't give me more time. Then I will do my best at least to highlight the most important things. So to talk about the strategy, the first thing I have to do is come back 1 year ago. Absent Spring Event 2025, we share a very important concept. Many of you were not here last year, so it will be the first time to hear. And for those ones who were here, I think it's even worth it to hear again. Because this is the foundation of our strategy. And it's basically that, how we position ourselves inside the LED display value chain. We have a quick look to this graph. On the left side is the raw material, the LED chip. On the right side, you have the market, the end users. Where we position ourselves. We have, of course, first the raw material chips. We have lamp packages companies. We have panel packages companies, SMD packages. And later we have LED display factories. Well, Absent, we don't consider ourselves just LED display factory. We consider much more than that. That's why we position ourselves one step forward. We consider ourselves LED display brand. And just for this positioning, considering us LED display brand, the implications in our strategy are just huge. Because you need to know the market. You need to know the clients. You need to know the different vertical markets. You need to invest in a sales team. You need to invest in marketing, in R&D, in service. It means the application is huge. So this is, for sure, the first important message I want everybody to keep in mind. Absent is not just LED manufacturer, we are LED display brand. And from that, we start to build our strategy. And last year, beside this statement, we also decided to upgrade our slogan. Why? Because this slogan, trusted LED supplier, we had during many years, and that created the foundation of who we are. But in some point, we evolved. And we felt this slogan is not matching who we are anymore. It's not matching where we want to go. That's why last year, we decided also to upgrade our slogan as global leader in LED display technology and solutions. This describes much more who we are now, and where we want to go. So with that strategy in place last year, it was quite an amazing year. It was quite good. There were a lot of challenges, we know that, in the market. But you can see some big growth in US, for example, more than 20%, more than 11% in Europe, which is more than average in the company, and some regions like Africa, more than 60% growth, or more than 13 CIS. But at the end, this is numbers. Behind all these numbers, we have amazing projects that all of you brought to us. Projects like these ones. I put here some of the iconic projects we did. The first one, on the left side, we have the world's largest single LED virtual production volume. 1,700 square meters screen. Amazing. Here in the middle, we have the world's largest indoor COB 5-pixel pitch curved LED screen. 0.9 pixel pitch, 395 square meters. And on the right side, we have the China largest and brightest outdoor screen naked eye 3D with an amazing 2,588 square meters. Probably it's even the biggest in the world as well for 3D. And again, this is iconic projects. I think everybody agrees that iconic projects, the bigger, the better, right? But of course, we did many more last year. It was an amazing, hundreds and hundreds of projects all around the world. And all that is thanks to you. We really have big appreciation for all the projects you bring to us every year, and we are able to show how our technology can fulfill those projects. So I would like first to say, in all languages I know, xexe, arigato, kamsamida, gracias, obrigado, merci, danke, grazie. Well, from here you can continue reading. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. So, when we talk about 2026, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to continue in the same direction, doing the things maybe even better. And that's the idea behind the updates of this year's strategy. Because the world keeps changing. And one of the probably strong points of Hubsen is our capabilities to adapt to those changes, to change and to be flexible enough in our strategy to be sure we catch those changes and we perform also correctly that specific year. And that's how we evolve in our 25 years of history. So, when we decide to think about 2026 strategy to see how we can bring more value to our clients, we had to have a look a little bit what is happening in the world. I believe all of us agree that we are currently in a situation of global uncertainty and keep increasing. And of course that affects our industry, of course. We have geopolitical tensions. I think we are living one of the really very sad moments in our history. We still have trade tariffs, which of course also impact in our business. Supply chain issues, it means the price of the raw material, the cost of the raw material is going up. And the economic volatility that we are living. Okay, that's the context, that's the reality, right? That's the world now. But also we have positive sides. If we analyze the latest report from IMF, this year, the global GDP will still growing with an average of 2-3%. In some regions, even more than that. Which, that's very positive. The economy will keep growing. An interesting data as well from the same report. The global trade growth will be between 5 to 6%, even higher than GDP. In other words, opportunities will keep growing, even this year. Another aspect that we normally analyze every year is the industry situation. I think our LED display industry is becoming already very, very mature. And here we put 4 aspects that already shows that. The first one is about the application diversity. Currently, with our technology, especially when we talk about COB, we can say that the adoption of our technology is huge. We can see LED displays, I would say, everywhere. It's not like a few years ago that the people even was afraid to use this technology, right? Now we can see everywhere. It's replacing very fast traditional technologies like video projection, LCD, and so on. I think that's already very obvious. So, very, very stable and mature technology. Another important aspect also that already shows this maturity, sorry because maybe it's too small and then I will try to explain, but basically what that graph is saying is currently the supply chain is bigger, the capability, than the demand. And that comes because in the past years, all the manufacturers, they had the focus to grow, to make really more facilities, more capacities. And now we are in a point that also happens when the market normally is stable, where you have more capabilities to deliver products that the market really don't need. It means the demand is a little lower. That, of course, will have implications in pricing. There will be some pressure. And that's, I think, we need to consider also this aspect. The third one is about the concentration, also typical in mature markets. If we see or we analyze the market share of last year, more than 60% of the market share in the world was in LED display was done by 8 suppliers, only 8 suppliers. And what is the characteristics of these 8 suppliers? Normally the biggest one, the global one, the ones who have more capacity in terms of service. Means this already gives a trend that how the market is going. I like to say that this is like the market is becoming smarter and smarter. In the past, you could see a lot of really low quality, let me put in this way, suppliers in the world. We see that this is changing. And last but not least, we can see how the companies are really focusing in having a much more healthy growth. Much less focus in the revenue and much more focus in the profit. To have a really, really healthy growth, to be able to invest in innovation, to be able to invest in service. And again, this is factors that already give the feeling that, okay, that's definitely a very mature market. So, with all this context, political, economical, market, the conclusions that we get is, yes, will be new opportunities, but who will get these opportunities? Only the companies who are well prepared. Only the companies that the operations are very efficient. And that is a very important conclusion for our strategy. Based on that, we think, okay, how we can create more value for our clients, how we can help our clients with this context still keep growing. And came up with two important words. One is focus. Focus in what really matters. And the second important word is efficiency. To be efficient in our operations, to be smarter, faster, and stronger. And with these two words in mind, we basically develop all the strategy and the execution of the strategy. And it's important words that we all keep in mind all the time when we take decisions. So, what are the focus that we decided this year really put a lot of efforts and investment? The first one, what we call flagship products. Flagship products basically is, let me put in these words, we are developing a really focused portfolio to be really efficient and to cover the maximum number of applications possible. Later, I will explain a little bit more about this point. Service excellence. We are strongly investing in service. We want to really become 5-star service company. Later, I think it's next presentation, after a few presentations, we will have Steven, the responsible of service globally, who will give you a lot of details on that, because definitely it's very, very important for us. We want to exceed the expectations of any client in terms of service. Become number one in terms of service. An empowered brand. And this is also very important, because stronger is your brand, more influence you can make in the market. And that helps to generate more demand. That helps our partners to win projects. That's why these three aspects are very important, and very important in our strategy to invest and strongly invest. That I will explain now more, a little bit more details in everything. But how it works? If we want this strategy to work, they cannot work separate. They need to work very connected. If one pillar is failing, the strategy will not work. They are extremely, extremely connected with each other. And not only that, all of them keep the focus with the client. All of them need to bring value in the client. And this is something all the teams are very clear when they need to take a decision. That will bring more value to the client, and that's something in our mindset all the time. It's a clear customer strategic strategy, a customer-centric strategy. So, for any strategy work, execution is the key. Normally, when the strategies fail in the execution. That's why we decided to analyze ourselves and see what are our key competencies as a company, and put a real focus on that. And that's what we did. And basically, we came up with these 6 core competencies in our company. Technology leadership, strong brand recognition, strong service advantage, cost competitiveness, global sales network, and a strong company culture. So at the end, what we have is a focused strategy with a very efficient execution. So I will go quickly in each of them. I could stay more than hours talking of each of them, but I want just to give you some highlights on each of them in order to understand what we are doing here. When we talk about technology leadership, this is clearly very important for us. We are a company focused on producing LED displays. We don't do air conditioning, we don't do mobiles, we just do that, LED displays. So if we do wrong, we have a problem. That's why we really invest strongly, we take very seriously this aspect. So we set what we call three-layer strategy for technology leadership. What are these three layers? And each layer has a dedicated team. The first one is technology, product, and research. Basically here we have a dedicated team of engineers who analyze the raw material, the material of the electronics, the LED materials. We have connections with universities in terms of understand where the technology is moving. And then basically have kind of double side. One is how we can improve what we have now and how or what will happen in the technology after a few years. And this is a really, really important aspect to later give the right feedback to the product management team to decide which is the product that we should develop in the next years. And that comes to the second layer, which is a product management system. But this point, this second layer, Upsend clearly we do much different than what are the standards in the industry. And that's why in the next slide I will explain a bit more. It's what we call PDT teams. Basically, what is that? It's a dedicated teams, multidisciplinary. It means you have one person from sales, you have one person from marketing, one from factory, one from R&D, one from logistics. It's a really multidisciplinary team. And they work together to understand the needs of the market and to give the right feedback to the R&D team to develop that product. As I said, I will explain a little bit more later about this point because it's important. And goes to the last point, which is R&D. What these guys do? Basically, they get the feedback from the product management team. They say, okay, we need to develop these products. They put the technology, and they make the product in a simple way. And we are strongly investing on that. We have more than 300 engineers in R&D, doctor level 6 people, and we continue investing in patents. Because again, we are a company, we want to be another 25 years. That's why we understand innovation is very important. So let's come back to the layer in the middle, PDT team. Why this is different? Let me explain what is the standard in the industry that we also did before. We did mistakes before as well. The standard would be product management team, you have a group of engineers, they get feedback from the salespeople. We need to develop a 7-pixel pitch. Why? Probably influenced because they lost a project of 7-pixel pitch or whatever like that. And then suddenly the product management team start to develop products. And at the end, you come up with a huge portfolio. Some products work well, some products not work well. It's not efficient, become a mess. So we decided to implement this system. We didn't invent this system. This is coming from one mechanism called IPD, which was implemented by very first time by IBM many years ago. Companies like Huawei also implementing this system. And basically, the key point of here is to have the decision to develop or not develop a product at the right moment to become really, really efficient. So these guys, as I said, different departments, different points of view. When they get feedback from the market, whatever is clients, whatever is salespeople, exhibitions, competition analysis, based on all the inputs that they receive, they analyze from different points of view. And they ask questions like, okay, makes sense to develop this product? How is the market? What is the potential demand? How is the competition? We have a space to go there? Is big enough? If we develop this product, we can cover more applications? It's that kind of questions. And at the end, many times it's no, 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 until you find one that is yes. And then the chance to go really successful in that product will be really high. And that is what is happening. This is the result. At this moment, with only 11 product series, we are able to go over 510 million revenue, which is amazing. It's amazing in all the sense. It's amazing in terms of efficiency, in terms of raw material, in terms of have a more volume, that means also better cost. In terms of logistics, warehousing, efficiency, a number of applications you can do with the same product. Efficient for our distribution channel. It's wherever you see, it's really efficient. So in this case, clearly, less is more. And the market is listening. We start to get, from last year, also a lot of really, really high-level awards recognizing the quality of our products. And that gives us just more energy to keep in that direction. The marketing is telling us, you are in the right direction. Second, brand. That's, of course, extremely important for us. Last year, we got the award of top 500 brand in China, which is a value of more than $2 billion, the value of Upsend brand. We got more than 25 awards. We were in more than 180 trade shows last year. We have in total 79, or in fact more than 79 showrooms worldwide. Some only Upsend, some others in cooperation with some partner. But a really strong presence. We did a lot of work in marketing last year. And this year, more of the same, but even more. We have a plan to invest 11 million. We will have 375 sessions. What is sessions? Sessions is events like today, Infocom, IEC, some event in the world. In other words, this year, as average, every day we are doing more than one event in some part of the world. In terms of impact, that is very linked to social media. We have the target in marketing to have 440 million impacts. To put as a reference, the audience of the Super Bowl was 3 times less than that, which is huge. It's huge. Secondly, service. As I said, this is an extremely important competence for Upsend, and we really will invest a lot. Stephen later will give you more details, but let me give you quickly some points here. We created this brand what we call Upsend Care. And this is something we will keep making grow. At this moment, we have 15 primary service centers. We have 25 secondary, which is basically with some partnership. We have more than 1,000 authorized partners. And in totally we are able today to cover more than 165 countries in the world. In a practical way, any part of the world where you have a LED screen, probably we are able to give service. And we have strong KPIs to control that the things are working well. One is about the resolution rate. We already have seen, like last year, we had a little bit increase on that, an improvement. The RMA repair also cycle, we reduced from 7.6 to 6.4 days. On-site service resolution also improving, and more than 5,400 new certified engineers worldwide. I mean, it's huge, and again, keep investing all that every year, and this year, of course. Cost competitiveness. That was also extremely important aspect to give value to our clients. Let me explain a little bit about that, but just to make more clear, I will put a very simple example in order you understand what is the outcome of that. A few weeks ago, I have one client who told me, Ruben, how is possible I'm checking your product with the competitor, exactly same raw material, why you produce this much cheaper? Why is cheaper? What is the problem here? Are you cutting costs? That means, are you making money here? I said, it's not that. It's not just related to the raw material. You need to produce the screen. You need to deliver the screen. Then the cost is very linked how efficient you are as a company. And efficiency is translated to have better cost for the product. And at the end, more value for our clients. So on that aspect, which is extremely important internally in our strategy, we basically have 5 big areas that we keep working. The first is culture. Why culture is important? Because every single employee in Upsend need to keep in mind this kind of cost sense, right? Wherever you are in sales, wherever you are in marketing, in R&D, service, you need to keep in mind, be efficient in cost. Because even one employee save a little bit, many employees at the end of the year also is a big number. And that has impact at the end also on the price of the product. Second, digitalized operations. We are strongly investing in IT, in analyze the information from supply chain, from the pipeline of our partners, from all the process in the middle, is really, really connected and very efficient when you need to take decisions. Secondly, I'm not sure if you already had a chance to go to our factory. If not, please, later I think you will see everything. Is the level of automation there is really, really high. And all that create, again, efficiency. Maybe, again, if you put all separated, it looks not much, but all together is really a lot. Financial discipline. Here there are several aspects, but let me highlight one. We have a kind of a strong, very strong cash flow. And part of the reason is because also we don't have even loans with the client. We don't need to pay for the interest of loan money. And that kind of aspect at the end also has a huge, huge impact in our cost, in our margins, and at the end, in the value for the client. Trusted global brand. This is also very important. We have extremely good relationships for many years with the supply chain, with our suppliers. They really trust Upsend. They know that we will not fail. We will pay when we need to pay. That offers us to get a really very good condition from our suppliers in terms of raw materials. We don't choose the cheapest one. We choose the good ones, the ones that are reliable, that probably are more expensive than others. That's true. But that is what builds trust from the suppliers, but also from the clients. And having that extremely good conditions also help us a lot in our cash flow, in our working capital, allowing us to invest in innovation, investing in brand, in service, etc., etc. And last but not least, scale advantage. It means we are a global company. We have operations, it means all countries, key countries at least in the world. The volume that we have is really huge. That together with the focus on the product I just mentioned before, both things together allow us to have a really, really very competitive price in the purchase that we do of the raw material. The cost of the same raw material bought by Upsend, because this volume, economy of scale, is not the same maybe somebody who's going buys less. That's his logic, right? And all that together, at the end, bring this, what we call sustainable cost advantage, which is translated on offer you better products at a better price. Global sales network, that is, of course, as all of you know, we are a global company. We want to access to all the markets, and we are setting a global strategy with also global operations and global service. But of course, we also understand that every market is different. Every market has their own particular ways to do this business, right? That we basically have a kind of double strategy. It's more like global strategy with local execution. We have our local teams, we have our local partnership strategies, our local distribution. It means all that need to be fully connected and synchronized. Again, always with the global strategy we are setting here. We are aiming this year? We're aiming to finish with more than 25,000 customers worldwide and more than 960 sales channels this year. This moment we have 513 overseas team members. It means people in Upsend who is basically focused in overseas market. We have 145 international employees, in total 28 nationalities, and we are able to speak 18 languages, which basically cover almost every part of the world. All that with a really strong global platform for a backup to give really support all the sales teams, with a very agile local and small teams operations, and with a very clear also policy in our HR to have talent development and to invest in talent development as well. So all that, also as our chairman, Mr. Dean, mentioned before, the culture is extremely important. And the culture basically influences all the other 5 core competencies. And when I talk about culture, we need to talk about the triangle, the values triangle of Upsend. Because this is what defines Upsend. This is in our DNA. This is in every DNA of every single Upsender. That's the way we want to do business. And also it's the way we choose our partners. Many clients told us, I choose Absent not just because the product, you can like more one product than another. It's because the people. It's because the culture. Once somebody said, okay, how you would define your culture with only one word? What would be that word? We're clear. That word will be sincerity. This word, sincerity, defines our culture. We don't say lies, we say the truth. And sometimes means say no to one project. Sometimes means to say no to some specific requests. But you know, when Absent say yes, is yes. And what a partner wants for a long term is somebody who you can trust. That you know the good and the bad things, but you know, let's go together. You don't want somebody who say yes to everything when you inside know it's not true. That's why sincerity is who defines who we are in everything we do, in every decision we take. But all that wouldn't mean anything if the final goal is not growing together with our partners, hand to hand. At the end, the capabilities give us to have the possibility to have better solutions, but they, at the end, need to be translated to make our partners grow. Because the success of our partners is our success, and we have that very, very clear. So, because I could tell you about that and many, many examples, I think the best is partners that has been working with us already for many years. Tell about that.
PSCo has been Absent's partner in the UK for over 10 years. The reason the relationship has lasted so long is because Absent are true innovators when it comes to LED. They have products for all verticals. We especially focus on the corporate market and the rental market. The products that they're bringing out are really, really exciting.
There were several reasons we were interested in partnering with Absent, but a big one was their presence here in the US. They're one of the world's largest manufacturers of LED products and focus exclusively on DirectView LED display technology. Gives us access to pre- and post-sale support from a US-based team, also providing close ties to the factory and sales engineering teams in China.
We first started working with Absent, or myself, probably more than 10 years ago now. Started buying Absent only probably the last 4 or 5 years, but I've also seen the company come from not as easy to use to a very easy to use now. The product's good, sustainability's good, the R&D's been good, so very happy with my screens from there.
We're called Certec, we're a systems integrator based in Australia. We've been working with Absent since around 2004, 2005 in Australia. The thing I like about Absent is they're reputable, the product is of very high quality, and we can always, we value the work we do with them.
We've always known the Absent name as they've always been a leader in the LED market. During my first visit to China in 2015, I visited many manufacturers. I visited for a whole week. I was doing tours, and Absent was actually my last tour, my last visit, should I say, that I was doing. And what really impressed me was their technology and their honesty of what they were able to do and what they were not able to do, as well as the vision for the future. Coming to China after 10 years, so being my first visit since my initial visit, I have to say that I'm constantly impressed by the innovation in technology, as well as innovation in terms of staff and how they care about people and their honesty. My expectation is that that will continue. I just have to remember not to visit and wait 10 years, but to come more often to be a part of that innovation and technology advancement.
And thanks so much for all our partners. The video event was longer, but again, that kind of words really give us more energy to keep working in this direction. So I already finished. Just I would like to remind 2 key messages today. Absent is not just LED manufacturer. We are LED display brand with all the implications that means. Really key focus, top service, really investing strongly in that. Empower brand and flagship products really focus in all the key verticals. Client in the middle in working together. Customer-centric strategy, that's really key word. With that strategy in place, we aim to have a strong growth this year. We know that it's an ambitious plan, but we are convinced on that. That for us, this is not just a promise or some PowerPoint. This is a real commitment. This is a real commitment we have with you, and we are convinced that we can achieve that. And as Abraham Lincoln used to say, commitment is what transforms a promise into reality. Working together, committed, we are convinced will be 2026 very, very successful. Thank you so much.